Hey there, welcome back to Desert Mage. This week I'm trying something new. I'm going to break down Monday through Friday into 5 different readings for your human design type. Manifestors, generators, manifesting generators, projectors, and reflectors. If you're not familiar with human design, it is based on the I Ching, astrology, as well as the Kabbalah tree of life. It is a really cool tool for embracing who you are in this life without all of the conditioning that comes from society and family and everything else. So it's a really fun thing to check out. I'm not an expert in human design, but I'm definitely interested in, and I think it's super fun and enlightening. And I thought it would be neat to sort of stray away from the traditional astrological sun sign reading and just try this out and see if it resonates with anyone. So if you do not know how to find your human design type, I'll put the information in the description box below and you can check it out. All right, talk to you soon. Hello, projectors. So today I used the Ralph H. Blum runes. I pulled 1 rune for you, and also my Faery Oracle deck to give you an intuitive reading based on your human design type projectors. So the first and only rune that I pulled is basically the overview theme for your reading today. I knew it was something big because I pulled Odin. Odin is the unknowable. It is sort of similar to almost like the Fool in that it is the end and it is the beginning. It is what I like to call the fertile void. Anything can happen. So, it sounds a little bit ominous, Odin, but it actually can be a really positive thing. And I think, there's a lot of collective anxiety right now, and I think that it is good to keep a perspective that these times are really uncertain, but it is a huge opportunity for sort of shaking things up and changing our perspectives and changing our approach to how we live our daily lives. The first fairy card that came up is the Dark Lady. Let's see if you can see that. And, it's interesting, she has this new moon right here. The new moon is a week from today, Tuesday the 24th of March. So I think that you're unearthing this inner power that maybe you've been sort of suppressing or not giving a lot of credit to. It's sort of bubbling up. Having this time indoors, inside, is time for it to get a little more attention. And you're growing your inner power, and you're being called to bring out your hidden talents and your gifts and your voice and your purpose. You're really being called on. I mean, this is a very, the Dark Lady is a powerful, powerful energy. She has a lot of magic, a lot of, it's kind of like a Lilith energy, Black Moon Lilith. She's, or like this phoenix, you're gonna rise up into this new form and embody, your true power and your true self in a way that you haven't been able to. Maybe you've been kept down, and now is a chance for you to emerge. Next out is honesty. And honesty, it's a cool card. I think it's about being honest with others, but being honest with yourself. Um, Maybe there are things you've been telling yourself that you have to do or to be or say to stay safe, to stay, afloat, to stay assimilated with society. Um, and even things when we have conversations with other people and we're being, you know, it's difficult sometimes to respond to people in an honest way when you're trying not to hurt their feelings or, um, but I think there's a way to be honest and assertive in a loving and compassionate way. Like it's actually the most compassionate thing to do rather than, trying to say what they want to hear. And that's hard for me as well. I think it's hard for most people to really be out there and be themselves. I'm just looking at my notes. I said allowing your protective walls to come down, uh, using your vulnerability as a superpower, and embodying your sensitivity in a new empowered way. So I think that's kind of where that card is getting to. The next card that comes out is Unity. When I saw this, it's definitely making me think of sort of all these fresh energies that are coming in. It feels really intense at this time in both maybe some harsher energies, but also some really light energies. There's a lot of light coming in. And we're being called on to think about the collective and come together using a situation that is less than great and definitely not the norm to really get creative and find ways to connect with each other and unify so that we can move forward in a new, evolved way. Whether we are connecting in digital ways while we're quarantined in our homes, or whether we, are putting out that energetic and holding space and connecting in that way, or we're meeting on the astral plane. We're being asked to, come together in new ways and not just be out for ourselves. Oops. Next is the Topsy-Turvies. This one's really cool. A lot of cool creatures. But what it makes me think of is kind of like they're hiding in one of those front-loading washing machines that has the glass front, so you can see everything spinning around. But it's kind of like all these little friends popped in the front load washer, and with every tumble, they're seeing life from a new perspective. This time is an opportunity for us to get shook up, shaking our routines up, our normal ways of being and acting and operating, and see how we can do things different and better. It could be a little change, it could be a big change, but allow yourself to not go into the fear of things not being the same, and allow yourself to go with the flow of being shook up and see what comes out of it. it's definitely more positive if you can see how you can work with the energies rather than resisting them. The next card out is the Singers of Healing. I think they're, especially for sensitive souls right now, it is a massive time of healing. So if you're experiencing things like I have been, a lot of headaches, I feel like my head's in a vice, and um, some achiness in the neck and the shoulders, a lot of fatigue. I just can't seem to get enough sleep. So if you're feeling those things, I mean, obviously, if you think you're sick, go to the doctor. Um, but know that if you're healing and you're energetically processing things, that you can just observe it and let it pass. Just give yourself a little extra self-care and time. Give yourself a little compassion. And know that like what we're processing here is, it can be stuff from this lifetime, from past lives, and something I really feel that I've been dealing with is processing patterns and traumas of the collective. I almost feel like I've been processing fears that are not my own fears, which is totally new to me. But, so don't judge it too harshly. Just observe it and let it go. This is a renewal process. I was watching a video yesterday from Adrienne Elise, and she does more intuitive readings now, but she used to be a homeopath, and she was talking about how a lot of times they talk about old symptoms expressing. So it's, as you're healing, these old symptoms are coming up through the body. It may not be the reflection of what actually is going on right now. It's just leaving the body. So I thought that was a really interesting thing to take note of. The next card out, well, I'll show you the name of the card. It's Mickle. So since it came out in its reversed position, this is talking about sort of lower energy. There's lower energies you might be encountering, sort of selfish, immature, this very survival motivated, fend for yourself kind of thing, clinging to old notions of security. If you can avoid that yourself and let other people go there. If that's where they are, let them do that. Let them process things in that way, and try to have compassion for them and hold space for them. But I think don't let yourself get sucked into it. It's really not productive. So if you can start to let that go and think about maybe the structures that we thought gave us security aren't what we thought they were, and maybe there's an opportunity for new ways to find security in our existence. And how are we going to bring those in? How are we going to allow for that to come into our lives instead of resisting and clinging to that old thing so desperately? The next card that came out is one of my favorites, the Friends. They're best friends. This card really makes me think of one of my favorite projectors and myself, us hanging out. Yeah, love this card. So I think while we're isolated, again, finding ways to connect with people, whether it's calling people on the phone or FaceTiming or, connecting on your Instagram or YouTube, whatever. I think it's a really nice time to continue to connect and support with people who really resonate with the type of person that you are. And caring for those other people that maybe haven't done a lot of self-work and haven't really looked at, their existence and how to raise their consciousness and stuff. We can be there for them too. We just don't have to get sucked into their drama. Find ways to be yourself and raise them up, but just try not to get sucked into the drama. And the last card that came out is the Fawn. And it's just full of light. I mean, I love all these cards that are coming out. Unity, the Singers of Healing. I'm trying. The Fawn. All of these, there's so much light coming in right now. It's really beautiful light. The Fawn specifically is a great message to just go out in nature. Your cafe or your gym or your bar or your place of work might be shut down, but maybe you have a chance to get outside, go for a walk, go for a hike, go for a bike ride. Those things are still on the table. So get out in nature, get some sunshine, allow that light to come in. So going back to Odin, this is the unknowable. I think you are a key piece in what is going on. You are a key piece in helping yourself and others to navigate these unknown waters, to traverse the fertile void. So you're really, coming into your power. And over the next week, I mean, here we're talking about the new moon of next Tuesday. So over this next week, really keep thinking about these themes and these ideas and how you can really embrace these to help yourself and to help others. So I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Take care.